Loneliness has existed for as long as people have reflected on their lives. Even the beginnings of Stoic philosophy are connected to loss and isolation. Zeno of Citium, who founded the school of Stoicism, lost his fortune in a shipwreck before he turned seriously toward philosophy. Seneca wrote some of his most powerful reflections while living in exile, far away from the city and people that once shaped his daily life. Marcus Aurelius ruled the Roman Empire at its peak, yet his position placed him in a role where genuine companionship was limited. The responsibility of leadership and years spent on military campaigns often left him physically and emotionally distant from others.
Marcus Aurelius wrote that life feels like warfare and a long journey far from home. The words carry weight because they described his real experience. During his reign, he spent years on distant battlefronts, sometimes remaining away from Rome for long stretches while managing conflicts across the empire. That distance meant separation from family and the familiar routines of ordinary life. His private writings show that even someone surrounded by authority and attention can still feel deeply alone.
Stoic philosophy approached loneliness with practical thinking rather than denial. One story about the Stoic philosopher Cleanthes reveals an important idea. While walking through Athens, he heard a man speaking harshly to himself and criticizing his own character. Cleanthes stopped and reminded him that he was not speaking to a bad person. Loneliness often creates a pattern where isolation leads to harsh self-judgment, and that self-judgment pushes someone further away from others. The Stoics believe that learning to treat oneself with fairness breaks that cycle and makes connection with others easier again. Stoic thinkers also believed that relationships improve when people focus on what they contribute rather than what they expect to receive. Seneca wrote that anyone who wants love in life must practice giving it first. Stoicism is often mistaken for emotional detachment, yet its teachings repeatedly emphasize kindness, patience, and goodwill toward others. Marcus Aurelius described the ideal character as someone who remains disciplined and rational while still being capable of deep affection. Shared challenges also play an important role in building connection. Many activities in life can be done alone, and solitude often strengthens discipline. Yet human bonds often grow strongest when people face difficulty together. The Stoics also emphasized how little is truly required for a meaningful life. Musonius Rufus, an influential Stoic teacher, experienced exile several times. Those experiences forced him to leave behind comforts and rebuild his routine in unfamiliar places. Over time, he realized that basic needs such as food, water, sunlight, and thoughtful reflection were enough to sustain a peaceful life. When someone recognizes how small the list of real necessities is, feelings of loss become less overwhelming.
Another important Stoic lesson involves the courage to ask for help. Marcus Aurelius compared people to soldiers climbing the same wall during battle. If one slips and needs support from another, the request simply reflects the shared struggle they all face. Stoic philosophy rejected the idea that strength requires complete independence. Accepting assistance often demonstrates greater courage than pretending to handle every difficulty alone.
Finally, the Stoics believed that peace can also be found internally. Marcus Aurelius wrote that a person can retreat inward through reflection and calm thought. Quiet activities such as reading, thinking, or walking allow the mind to slow down and regain perspective. Even a simple walk outdoors can calm racing thoughts and create space for clearer thinking. When the body moves and the mind relaxes, problems often appear more manageable than they did before.